Hi everyone, this is Presley, and welcome to the 5th video in the series of Braille Sense demos, where we talk about the different functions of the Braille Sense and what all it has to offer. Today we're going to talk about how the Braille Sense can have the option of you using USB flash drives, either when you do homework, or have a permission slip you need to fill out, or you have music that you download and you want to play it, and you can download it onto the flash drive. This is what a typical flash drive looks like. There are several different kinds. This kind is the one where you have a cap. So if you take the cap off if you want to put it in, and then it's always good to put it on the other side of the disc so it makes sure it stays safe. And now we go over to the Braille Sense, and then there's a USB port in the back.
USB inserted.
And that's the sound it makes, and the Braille Sense tells you that the USB device is inserted. And then it's also important when you put it in to make sure you don't force it, because sometimes if you force it, it won't recognize it later on. So after you put the flash drive in, you always want to start at the File Manager and the Start menu, and I can do that by pressing Function key 1.
File Manager, F.
And File Manager is the first thing that's on the menu, so you just press Enter there.
Flash disk.
And that's flash disk, so that's the drive list. And then you want USB, so you can scroll using the scroll buttons.
USB.
And then once you're at USB, you can just press Enter and then do whatever you need to do there. Now I'm gonna take the flash drive out.
USB removed. Flash disk.
And it's always important to make sure after you're done with the flash drive and you need to go somewhere with it, you put the cap back on. You take the flash drive out of the Braille Sense and put the cap back on the drive. Mainly because it's important, because your Braille Sense might bump it if you leave it in there, and it won't recognize it later on. So just some things to keep in mind, and just do whatever you need to do on the flash drive, but make sure you take it out and put the cap on.
Okay, so basically what you were saying with removing the flash drive is you would leave it in there if you were just going to have it sitting here on your desk. But say you were going to leave the house or go in the other room or something like that, and you were going to be picking up your Braille Sense and walking in, out of the room with it. You were saying that you don't want to leave the flash drive in when you're carrying around your Braille Sense.
Correct.
Right. Because you don't want to bump it or potentially do any damage to the flash drive, and we kind of learned that the hard way, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. I just had a question.
Okay.
Because you talked about putting the flash drive in, and maybe a teacher has an assignment on a flash drive and they give it to you, so you can plug it in and you can look at the assignment and perform the assignment on your Braille Sense. You talked about maybe having music on there or something like that, some other kind of files that you've recorded or someone's recorded, and then you can put it in there. But you can also use it to download and save stuff on the flash drive, right?
Yes.
Yeah, instead of, like, normally where would you save something? Say you were going to download a song.
I would normally save it on my Braille Sense's memory.
Okay, and with the flash drive in there, you can save it directly to the flash drive, right? And that way you don't use up the memory that is built into the Braille Sense, correct?
Correct.
Yeah, because that's kind of what we did with Presley. She has a huge collection of CDs, and she loves to listen to music, but we didn't have the CDs labeled because there were so many of them. And so sometimes if she was looking for a particular song or disc, it would take her a while to just sit there and load a disc and see which one it was and find out that that's not the one she's looking for, and then load another one. She would use her DVD CD player that's sitting right there. I'll show you on her desk. And then, we kind of got the idea, hey, wait a minute, and carrying around that big CD case was always kind of, a hassle because it's so bulky and large. And like I said, then the difficulty just finding a specific song or CD to listen to. So we decided to copy all of her CDs onto the flash drive. And the way we did that was we copied them first from the CD to our laptop, and then moved them from the laptop on to the flash drive. This flash drive that we have right here, this that PMY is a 64 gigabyte flash drive, and that will hold a lot of data, particularly if you're talking songs. So we were able to put tons and tons and tons of CDs, even some videos that we have that she likes to listen to on that drive right there. And we've only used, how much space so far, Press?
Like 24 gigs.
We've used 24 gigs?
Yeah.
Okay, of the 64, and I mean, there's tons of videos on there. There's all kinds of stuff on there. So anyway, the flash drive just makes it really easy. It's just a great little device. It works well with the Braille Sense, and yeah, so we just want to share a little of that information with you.
Yeah.
Well, just as always, any questions or comments, go ahead and leave them down in the comment space. We appreciate likes. We appreciate anything that may be on your mind.
Yeah.
Any questions for Presley, just feel free to ask. All right, Press, I think that's going to about wrap this one up.
Okay.
We got anything coming up in the future?
Well, yes, I thought we'd talk about how to use the Google